Hello again everyone, this is SabyneSpyce and welcome back to Let's Play Primordia. So, when we last left our intrepid heroes...
Boss, if you're ever wondering what I would do, feel free to just ask.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yes, thank you, Crispin. When I last left our intrepid heroes, Horatio, Nullbuild, and Crispin, they had just found a spark plug that they were going to use in the UNIIC to get the generator running. So, let's head back there and let's get that going, shall we? Alright, so I have everything I need. I have the fuse conduit. And I have the spark plug. Hit the switch, and here we go. Ooh, shiny light.
Whew, I thought we were in trouble when Big Ugly stole our core. But just like that, problem solved.
No.
The problem is not solved.
It's never that easy.
Well, I agree. The noise leaves something to be desired.
This is an emergency generator, Crispin.
Well, it was an emergency, boss.
It only runs for a few days, if that.
Oh. Well, do we have another one?
No, which means it still is an emergency.
Well, in that case, first dibs on the recharge station.
I can't believe how short-sighted Crispin is. Oh, we have power. Oh, I never stopped to think that this is an emergency generator. What a concept.
So, what's the plan, boss?
We need to recover our power core.
Or we could just take the train to Metropole and live in luxury.
First of all, there is no train to Metropole.
That is a
And
problem.
Second, even with full charges, we can't just walk there.
It's a little
But
far.
more importantly, I hate that city. It's in my core logic. I don't know why, but I can't change it.
Okay. In that case, can't you just make us a new power core?
Yes, but I need some kind of strong energy source for that.
And you just make one of those too?
No, it's never that
Just
easy.
asking.
No, but somewhere around here are the plans for an energy sensor.
That's awfully convenient.
I
Yeah.
designed it a long time ago, before I made you. I even found a sodium iodide crystal to use in the sensor, though man alone knows where it's buried now.
Unfortunately, nothing's ever so easy. It's always funny at any of these sort of point-and-click games if you just go in and you click things, like click the machine,
I've never been able to figure it out.
or the books.
I don't need any of these right now.
Let's hope it stays that way.
So, I'm going to go back to the hatch, and I'm going to go back into the crew quarters of the ship.
Aha! Here's the crystal.
Right under our noses. That is, if we had noses.
I love that. They use human turns of phrase, like right under your nose, and then they have to quantify it with if we had that. The bed is actually kind of a funny one.
I still don't see why I don't get a bed.
Because you have a flat bottom to rest on.
Looking at my bottom, are you, boss?
I love that. So funny. I was saying this to somebody on Twitter earlier, but I love how these two play off of each other. You have Horatio, who's kind of the straight man.
Our energy is shared with weary wanderers.
I bet I can find a better use for this
Join
plug.
us in Metropole.
But now we can't listen to the sweet voice of Metropole.
I guess that makes two birds.
And as you can tell, Horatio is the straight man, the deadpan snarker, whatever you want to call it. And Crispin is basically the comic relief. And he is quite comical.
I found this in the dunes. It reads, pound pastrami, canned kraut, 6 bagels, bring home for Emma.
Not sure who Emma is, but okay.
It's
is
Crispin's
funny.
to-do list. Funny how it never gets any shorter.
That's your fault, boss, not mine.
Why is it Horatio's fault? Is it because he didn't give you arms, Crispin?
The original designs for Crispin.
Hey, there are arms here! An awesome set of tractor treads!
I went with a maglev unit instead, and I never could find good arms.
Wah, 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 wah. Well, good arms are kind of hard to find, even for robots.
There's the design. I'll put the keynotes into my data pouch.
How does it even work?
The crystal pulses when it absorbs energy. The cable carries the pulse to the computer. The computer decodes the information and displays it on the monitor.
Boss, where are we going to find a working computer?
The UNIIC is full of them.
Oh, Right.
Crispin, you are so clueless sometimes. You're funny, but you're really clueless. Oops.
Wow, first the power core and now a rag. This is not your day.
Man, what a drag. So I'm gonna head back in. Now one thing I can do is go ahead and start kind of combining these. So crystal.
Are you really trying to build us an energy sensor from a bunch of garbage?
Crispin, I built you from a bunch of garbage.
From spare parts, boss. Spare parts.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, Crispin.
Well, just goes to show. Garbage in, greatness out.
Like that. That's amusing. Okay, oops. So I'm going to take the energy sensor plug there, and I'm going to use it on this interface.
I'll need to get a closer look to see how it fits together.
There we go, and you just plug it right in. And it'll spit out these numbers.
Now we just need to check out these coordinates.
But didn't you just tell me we don't have enough power to go walking all over the dunes?
No, I said we couldn't walk to Metropole.
There's a
Anyway,
difference.
most of these are close by.
But what if
This
it's
is funny.
picking up? Oh,
Again.
I know. A radioactive rust monster.
A what?
Huh?
Or a giant cannibal robot.
There's no such thing.
Or an unexploded bomb.
I highly doubt that.
Or a giant lightning storm.
Okay, you're right. We need to know what's out there before we take off. It's just a matter of figuring out how.
Why is nothing easy?
I can think of one reason.
Oh, that's the other part about the banter between these two that's so funny. It seems so acrimonious, but you really can't tell that they care about each other. It's just bloody acrimonious. Mostly probably because Crispin gets on his nerves so much of the time. And why am I coming back this way? I don't know. Oh, because of the telescope. Durr. So this is pretty cool. What you can do is you can take the data and these coordinates. You can actually go in. You can either click them in with the mouse. It helps if I turn the darn telescope on. You can click them in with the mouse, or you can use your keypad. And there we go.
Nothing but radioactive waste. We can't salvage anything from that.
I guess Crispin was a little foreshadowing with the radioactive rust monster. Okay, 817. Oops, wrong screen. That was embarrassing.
Boss? That looks like a giant cannibal robot to me.
It looks promising is what it looks like.
And with that,
Poor
poor
doomed
doomed
Horatio
Horatio
stuck his head into
into
the
the
giant's
giant's mouth.
Snarky, snarky, snarky robot. It's so funny. Too funny. Okay, 608 is the next one.
That's strange. The sensor detected an energy source in the junk pile. Maybe we should go look more carefully.
Hmm. Six, 7, 1. Oops.
More waste.
Well, you're the one who loves the junk pile.
Scrap isn't waste.
If you say so, boss.
Yeah. And then 212 and 159.
It's pitch black.
Boss, that's because the telescope's pointing straight down at the deck.
Oh.
Yeah, Horatio is sometimes a little oblivious in that regard. 159 is the very last one.
Strange. There's some kind of odd device surrounded by glass. Whatever that machine is, it must be throwing off some kind of energy.
Why do I not like the sound of this?
So one of the cool things about this game, now before I get going, I'm going to head down to the surface of the dunes. One of the cool things about this game, though, is like most point-and-click adventure games from back in the 90s, you cannot die. You cannot get yourself stuck.
Hopefully, finding the power core will be just as easy.
I doubt it.
So that actually makes it very nice to just kind of meander and explore and try to figure out how everything goes together, what everything does. Okay.
That was a perfectly good rag.
Good for what?
You could have buffed me till I shined, boss. At least then, when they found my powerless chassis lying in the dunes, they'd say, wow, look at that gorgeous piece of machinery.
I think I'd rather have some grease.
Yeah, I mean, grease is pretty useful. By the way, on a side note, for anyone curious, if you've ever played the video game Bastion, you know Horatio's voice. Ruck in Bastion also now voices. The same actor voices Horatio. Oh, it pulls this up. Basically, I'm going to go ahead and just scroll through this. Sorry about this. What it's basically telling me is that you can use right-click to examine things.
Some very sticky grease.
Like that.
The generator's up and running.
With the generator. Or you can use left or right to be able to observe. Oops, not that one. So I'm going to head out to the robot. This is kind of cool.
Man's creation.
I imagine it looks so much bigger since they're right in front of it.
That is one big robot.
Then it must have a big power core.
I'm pretty sure he wants to eat me, boss.
Robots don't eat, Crispin.
Yeah.
Look how he's staring at me.
It's not staring at anything.
No, not yet anyway.
Well, we have to find a way to get at its power core. Let's look around.
Okay. So, obviously, big, gigantic robot. Let's see.
Crispin, help me take a look at these vents. I can feel air moving.
That is one big robot.
Well, I will give him that. It is a very big robot.
It's corroded, but I can't break into it with my bare hands. It's corroded. It's corroded. It's corroded.
Weird. Alright, anyway.
Boss, are you really gonna cut that finger off?
Just the tip.
Why?
To see if we can get at power cables to tap into.
You sure you're not just torturing the poor guy?
No, but to tell you the truth, for some reason I don't like the look of him.
That's what I've been saying all along,
Question.
boss.
Just let me concentrate.
Did he say no because he doesn't think he's torturing him? Or did he say no because he...
Bugs and glitches. There are no power lines running through here at all.
Anyways, I was saying, does he not think he's torturing him, or is he not sure that he thinks he's torturing him?
All that for a rusty fingertip.
Can it generate power?
No.
Just checking.
You snarker, you. So, bugs and glitches, by the way, I need to work into my vernacular more. Basad and bugs and glitches are so far the two most prevalent curses in the Primordia universe. I gotta work them into my vernacular. They're kind of amusing. Alright. So, you're going to use the rag?
Could you try pushing this rag into the vent?
Seriously?
Yes.
So much for getting buffed. There. It's clogged. I hope you're happy.
And... yes, you're actually doing this.
Crispin, try shoving this into that vent.
There's something ironic about that. Ironic and disturbing. Well, boss, you did it again.
In we go.
We?
Oh, by the hand of man, come on.
I'm telling you, boss, that thing wants to eat me.
Crispin.
Fine. But you go first.
On that very humorous note, I think this is a good spot to stop this recording. I will be picking up with the internals of the giant robot in the very next video. As always, thank you guys so much for sticking with me, and don't ever give up on something that you love.
Just count to 1,000, Crispin. He's not going to eat you. You're too fast for him.
Are you talking to yourself?
No.
And have a great night, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.